Hi, welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be sorting out the door hinge and the door on the driver's side. As you can see here, the gap on the passenger side, got a nice gap there where it shuts, and if you look at the driver's one, you can see it's very tight to it. So I think where it had that, where the wing was changed when I bought it, I think something's hit it, pushed the whole door back. So obviously this is a different door, as you can see the different colour. So I'm going to open up the door now and take the door hinges off. So I've just taken the door card off. It's just Phillips screws on this. I need to undo this speaker to change these door pins, and as you can see there's two bolts there. This is quite rotten there, look. So have a little look at that. And the door pin bolts are in there. Don't know whether you can see them. And there. So we'll undo those. Take the pin out there. Remove the wire loom, and hopefully it'll all fall out. And you can see the door pin there. See how wobbly it is. See how much gaps at the top. I don't know if I can hold the camera and just move that up and down so you can see it. Yeah, not good. I've just taken the door off. It's very easy. It's just 4 of these 13mm bolts inside the door with a plate behind them, and obviously the bolt goes through the door into the hinge like that. I'll just tap these pins out with one of these, put it on the top, tap. It's easier to do with the door when the door's off, so you don't damage any of your other panels. So I'm just going to clean these up. And here are the new pins, which should be able to tap through there nicely, nice and tight. So it's going to be easy to put all this back together without the door. Should be. Just put that one in there. Same as well before. I put the pin in the top, just tapped it down, went down really easy. Well, not too easy, you had to give it quite a few whacks. But now, it's a little bit of movement, but not as much as the last one. So maybe these are worn around here a little bit. But yeah, that one's in there. You can do the bottom one now. Well, there's no movement at all in this bottom one. But the top one, there's just a slight. Don't know if the camera's picking up. Which I'll take that all day long. Right, for a while I've got the door off. Before I put it all back together, I'm going to sort out this bit of rust here. A little bit of bubble in there. So I'm going to sand it all back, put some rust killer on there. The old rust killer primer. This one. Put some filler on there, and some primer ready for paint, which won't be for a little bit yet because it's too cold here at the moment. It's down at minus. I think I've got some little bits of rust along there as well. I did see a couple of little dents, very small dents just now. Oh, there, there's one there. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. Can I pick it up? Where is it? Really got to look for it, but it's there. Oh, there. It's about there. I should be able to see it better when we give it a light sand. So I'm going to give all this a light sand in a minute. Sort this out. This bit is quite bad, but still solid though. Just give that a bit of a clean up really. Put some rust killer on there, stop it from getting any worse. Don't know what I can do with that really, without sticking a big patch on there. But no, this is the most important part people are going to see. Right, I just got the grinder with one of those sort of wheels on it. Going over that, Just knock that back. Just going to put some rust killer on that. And rust killer here. In a moment, when that's dry, put some primer on there, then the filler. Well, I've just given the gel of the rust killer a wipe off and just put this primer, rust primer on there. So I'm going to give it another couple of coats and give it a very light coat of some dolphin glaze, because it's filler I think it's going to be too much. It's just very, very fine. There's a couple of other little bits. There's like a bit here, which is, you can feel it. So I'm just going to put a little smear in there, a little smear there. There's quite a big one there. I might put a normal bit of filler in that just to start with. Also, I've noticed that it's got a couple of dents there, low spots where it's still shiny. There might be one there as well. So yeah, just gonna knock up a little bit of the dolphin glaze in a minute. Do those little bits. Give this another couple of coats first, so I can knock it all up in one hit. Right, I'll put rust killer all around the side here, where that little hole was. Rust killer. Then I use the old primer, the one, rust in it, rust inhibitor primer. Put some filler in there, but fiberglass filler first for the little hole that was here. The normal filler. Just going to sand that, but I did fit the door after I did the hinges, and this part of the door here. Let me just show this other Peugeot. This part here was virtually touching here, and obviously you've got no movement in the door forwards and backwards like that because the hinge is there. You've got movement up and down and like that. So I think what's happened, so obviously when I got it, the front wing was changed, not this car, but the front wing was changed, and I think something's hit it, pushed the door back and bent the hinges, because there's a scrape along here, and here's got a bit of damage as well. So when I've finished doing the door, we're going to take the measurements from this, which we've already sort of done but not properly. It's about 1/2 centimetre the hinges on my one are back. So I think that if we bend the hinges, heat the hinges up and bend them forward, then we're going to get the nice gap like this one, because it was touching. I don't know whether I've got any photographs of how close it was, and obviously there's a bigger gap here, so it does need to come forward. Then hopefully it's going to be moved away from up here on mine. If you remember, it was touching, but that's much probably because of the door pins. The door pins feel really good, apart from one's that got a slight wobble in it, so I might replace that before I put all this back on there. But what I'm going to do is sand this down, some white primer, then I'm going to paint with the airbrush around here just to smile up a bit. Then I'm going to fit the door. I've got a new one of these straps coming. They were £17 for a pair, which isn't too bad. What I'm going to do is fit all the door up, then paint the door when it's back on the car, so I don't have to muck around or damage the paint trying to fit it all and scratching it. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to give this a light sand. I'm not going to be too clever with it because you're not going to really see it. And I've got some wax oil or wax stuff I'm going to spray all inside here as well, just to try and keep it as, you know, going as long as I can really. Okay. Just start to do the airbrush along there. Just going to give it one light coat, then a nice thicker coat. Let me just slow it down a little bit. Here it is. Again. It's very easy to use. Just knocked a little bit of paint up. If you think about when you go down your local shop and it's like nearly 20 quid for one rattle can, and you can't get much out of it. It's just easier just to use this really and get the bigger gun out just to do a little bit like this. So I'm going to carry on, see what it looks like. If you ever need to blend anything in, these little things are fantastic. As you can see, I've painted up around it. This is only one coat. I haven't done there, but the colour match is so good again. And that's all polished up, the same thing. That's going to look lovely. It gives it quite a nice finish, considering this is just one coat. I'm going to go a little bit slower next time, put on a little bit thicker. This is just like a little tacky coat. You can still see some black marks through it where it's quite thin. It's tacky. You can't fault that little thing. And that's what that's taken to do along the bottom of the door, up there and up there. What? 3-4 minutes with that. So it beats a rattle can, I'd say. 20 quid for a rattle can. You just buy a can of paint here, which was about 30 quid anyway. And that's going to do nearly all the car anyway. By the time you've put the thinners in there, put the activator in there. Brilliant. Well, there we go. This is this is 3 coats. With that little, I don't know if the camera could pick up. It's a 2-to-1 mix I did. 20% thinners. So when it hits it, it flows, so you don't get any this orange peel. As you can see, it sort of flows lovely. Don't know if the camera's picking up. It's quite good actually for that little thing. Obviously this part around here is not too great with the little repair, but you're not going to see it when the door's closed. And up here, I'll stop doing it here. So it's going to blend in there and it's all polished, just like I did on the roof, if you see any of my other videos. So I'm just going to let that dry. Happy days. Alright, it's the next day now. And it still looks good. Nice flow there. I'll put that little bit of extra thinners in there. So I'm just going to peel the paper off. Maybe I should have taken the paper off yesterday. Let's just have a look. It's like putting a band-aid. Right, there you go, you can see the 2 different colours there and there, but I think as soon as that's polished up, I'm not going to go too mad on it because you're not really going to see it much. You're only going to see this part and there. I think when this is, let's probably leave it a few days before I even touch this. Get that light sand, buff that up, buff all this up I suppose really. Fit it to the, move those hinges forward, fit the door and paint the door. Pleased with that. I've just hoovered up all the crap that's inside there and I'm going to squirt this stuff around it. Wax seal, complete anti-rust treatment. I've had this kicking around quite a while now. I think you just spray it on, just leave it. And I think it seals like seals the rust, stop oxygen getting to it, and then sort of kills it. So I'm just going to have a good old squirt around with this, and then that'll be it for the door for a few days. So we move those hinges and fit it to the car. Right, so I'm going to take this off. That's not too bad. Even though we had some paint on there, I was hoping it wasn't. It's not over yet. One off. Hope I don't get all that wax oil on my hands in a minute. Or the wax, not wax oil. Oh dear, I need the white ox here. Let me get that off with this, without even using a spanner. Right, let's take this out. There you go. That's the old one. Bit wobbly there on the old thing, so it makes creaky noises. Where are we? Sorry, there. So let's get that one out of the way. Put this nice new shiny one in there. Looks like you can move this side to side. So I'm going to put it exactly where it was. It does look a bit tight there. I might I'll stick it back where it was. I know we've got to move those door hinges. Or should I stick it in the middle? Just put it in the middle a bit. Stick it out of there. It's not where it was before. I don't know, hang on. That's pretty much where it was. I'll put it back where it was, and I always move it up and down if it's a bit. There's no move. Oh, there's a bit of movement there. Lovely. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Lovely. That's going to be it for this video, part 1. Part 2 is going to be bending the hinges forward with the big heat over here. These bad boys, that's going to heat it up cherry red so we can bend them forward. We don't want to just hit it with a hammer because it might split it on the post. So it's going to be doing that and painting the other side of the door, fitting it, painting it. Okay, if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And tomorrow I'm going to go and look at a new project car. It's just under 300 brake horsepower, so it's should be an interesting one. Okay, thanks for watching.